Let me blow your mind for a second. Most of you are not bad streamers. In the past 7 years I've been on Twitch, I've looked at a lot of small streamers, especially because the last 3 years I've been a stream coach. And let me tell y'all, whenever you would go through the smallest channels on Twitch 5 years ago, almost nobody would talk to their chat, even if you said something inside of their chat and tried to talk to them multiple times. That is not the case now. Now, y'all are absolutely incredible. Everyone talks to their chat, everyone's interesting. The bar on Twitch has been raised so much in the past couple of years. Now, I attribute this obviously to this just absolutely incredible YouTube channel that every single Twitch streamer has watched. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you and say every single streamer on Twitch is good. There are definitely examples of people who have no idea what they're doing and are really adorable in that process. But overall, small streamers are actually way better than they used to be, which is a massive, I was gonna say advantage, but I actually don't think that it is. Because when the bar has been raised on a content platform that you're creating on, that means that the stuff that you have to create in order to be discovered has to be better and better and better, which we've obviously seen over time. If you've been on the platform for anywhere close to as long as I have, you know that content has improved overall by a lot, and it takes a lot more to get noticed now. But if you've gotten to the point where you have a decent setup and you figured out how to entertain your chat, at least nominally, you talk to people and you kind of remember your viewers, and you have content outside of Twitch where you're creating on other platforms and you're trying to be discovered in multiple ways, you're really doing enough on Twitch itself at that point. And it's not so much about you improving what you're doing in your stream or getting hosted or rated by the right person or playing with the right people. It's more so that you need to understand how to bring more exposure to what you're already doing. And this is why I say a lot of streamers aren't bad streamers. They're just terrible marketers. Now, what is marketing? For those of you who don't know, marketing is literally anything that a company does that encourages customers to buy their products. Now, when I say buy your product here, I'm using that as a metaphor for watch your stream. So a streamer becoming a better marketer means a streamer learning how to convince people to watch their stream. See, your stream itself and the content that you're creating there, in a lot of situations, it's probably fine, but your ability to get people into your stream, to find people, to go out and bring them back into what you're doing, that skill set isn't really developed. What a lot of you are doing is you have this content and you're creating it consistently, but you're just sitting there and kind of hoping that people show up. I think lately a lot of you are starting your journeys on YouTube as well, and you're trying to pull people from your YouTube into your Twitch, which is a very good start, but it's still not marketing itself. Marketing is really the process of understanding your customers and building and maintaining relationships with them. Now think about that in the context of Twitch. Marketing your stream and becoming a better marketer means that you learn more about your audience, the viewers who are coming to your stream, and how you can build better relationships with them and maintain those relationships with them so that they want to consume your stream over and over again. Now, there is a lot that goes into marketing, and we talk about a lot of that here on this channel, so make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. But something that I specifically want to point you to is my freaking ebook, dude. I talk about how I went from being someone who just sat in my stream and waited for those viewers to show up, like a lot of you are currently doing, to being someone who became a better marketer, who was able to bring more viewers into their stream. And so I went from having 20 viewers for 4 years on Twitch to getting partnered, having 250 viewers consistently. And I outline the things that I learned in order to make that transformation in my ebook. So there's a link for that down below. Definitely go snag it if you you haven't. Now, being a good streamer but a bad marketer can be incredibly frustrating because you feel like if only you could get eyeballs on your stream, you would be totally fine. Or you feel like you have a decent stream, but for some reason no one is really coming into it, and you're like, what is wrong with me? Why aren't people showing up? And so you start feeling like you're a bad streamer because you don't realize that there's all of these other pieces that actually go into building a stream. It makes you feel like you, as the person, as the entertainer, as the leader of the stream, are bad at what you do, when that's not true. You're not actually bad, you're just bad at getting people to see how good you are. And so it looks kind of like this. Let's go over to my computer. I said let's go to my computer, but did I mean it? Mwahahaha. That's right, the tablet is back, y'all. It has been a while. You've been asking for this, so let's go ahead and let's look at what a stream looks like whenever you don't have a marketing plan. All right, so this is your stream. Down here at the bottom, we're gonna make it blue. We're gonna make you a star because your stream is actually really good. The unfortunate thing is that there are, and pretend these are circles, but I don't have time to draw a million billion circles. There are tons and tons and tons of people who you're competing with that are creating at the exact same time as you. So there are a lot of different TV channels that people could switch to. And the thing is, some of these TV channels are actually stars too. Like, they're actually really good. In fact, a lot of them are, because remember, over the last few years, Twitch streamers in general have increased their streaming skills a lot. They've leveled up, y'all. And so competition is so much fiercer than it used to be. Now, looking at this, it doesn't really look like you're any different from anyone else, right? Like, you're kind of the same. You're all stars. You're all doing well. So how is it that you, small streamer, who is down here, who's buried underneath all of this other content, is going to get discovered and grow your viewership? You're gonna do this by having a good marketing plan. See, a lot of you know at this point that you should be making videos on YouTube, and maybe you should have tweets, and maybe you should have other social media, you should be in people's discords, etc. In fact, I've got a lot of YouTube videos over this. This is a really good one that you should check out right here. But the thing is that all of the stuff that you're creating is kind of disjointed. So let's say over here you have this YouTube channel that you've started, or actually let's just make this a circle. You've got this YouTube channel that you've started, you've got these Instagram posts that you're doing, maybe you've got this Twitter account that you're working on, you have of course your stream, you have a Discord server that you're trying to get people inside of, and all of these things are just kind of around you within your ecosystem. But what marketing is going to do for you is it's going to connect all of these things together, because you're going to run everything through the lens of you actually having a single core audience that you are trying to attract, right? Which I talk about in this YouTube video right here. Once all of the different offers that you have for people, and by offers I mean content, so your offers are all of these pink circles. Once all of these are connected, you can funnel a person who finds you from this YouTube channel. This is them. They just found you, so they're really happy and they're smiling. You can take them from this YouTube channel over to an Instagram post, over to your stream, over to your Twitter account, and then back to your stream as well. Or you can funnel them into a completely different set of circles in a completely different order. But you don't know what that order is yet, and you don't know how people are discovering you, because you're kind of just hoping that somebody does at some point, and it's not very intentional, right? That's the thing, is you want to create intention behind what you're doing and why you're creating everything that you're creating. Because here's the problem. The last thing that you want to be is this really really, really great small streamer who's having a hard time being discovered. And so what you do is you create this piece of content, this content platform, this piece of content, another platform over here, another platform over here, stuff over here, stuff over here. Nothing is linked together. None of it is consistent and based on one single audience group that you're trying to go for. None of it is working to support the rest of it. And so you're just splitting your focus. Instead of being able to direct people through an ecosystem where everything is linked together like this, everything is so split that you're like a CEO of lots of different companies. And this is not what we want, okay? If you know anything about business, actually I had a meeting with my business mentor recently, and they told me that the last thing that I want to do is create a bunch of businesses. Even though technically I really do want to make a bunch of businesses, when my attention is split as a business owner into a lot of different directions, that actually makes me less investable. So I'm less likely to get investors to my company because I have so many other companies that I'm trying to build as well. And the reason that this is such a problem is because our focus and our attention is finite. And so we want to make sure that everything that we're creating it for a purpose, not just to create a lot of noise that hopefully drives back to our Twitch stream. Instead, every single thing that we make is all interconnected and we have a reason for all of it. So how do you do this? How do you make sure that everything is connected? Well, there is a step-by-step process that you can use for this if you would like to. And the first step is establishing a crystal freaking clear goal, y'all. Here's the thing. If you are trying to make money, you're gonna do very different things with all of your content versus someone who's just trying to get more viewers, okay? So getting really, really crystal clear on exactly what your goal is for everything that you're creating is gonna help you make sure that everything is cohesive, as opposed to you being the CEO of 12 different businesses. You are the CEO of a content ecosystem that is looking to serve one specific person. So this is the biggest thing, honestly, is you need to have a solid goal that is unshakable. And this goal is not going to come from anyone else but yourself, because let me tell you what's going to happen throughout your years of working towards this goal. You are going to see a lot of people who have different goals from you, who have very sexy goals that look like it would be really, really fun for you to achieve as well. And the problem is that whenever you shake your goal up and instead you start to work towards someone else's goal, you're constantly switching your goalpost, which means that you are constantly changing everything that you're doing in order to achieve someone else's goal instead of yours. And so this is why it's really, really important that you understand exactly what you want from content creation. In fact, I need to do a video about some exercises that you can use in order to figure out exactly what you want from content, because I know figuring out this goal can be really difficult and really scary. A lot of you are like, well, I would like to be a full-time streamer, but it's probably not for me. I probably don't have it inside of me. And so you aren't true to yourself about what you actually want because you don't believe that you can get it. And so there's a lot of like exercises and stuff that you could do. In fact, I have a free workbook that has 6 of them inside of it. So make sure that you check that out if you haven't already. There's a link for it down below. But this is the first step. So you get really, really crystal clear on your goal. And then your second step is everything has to be filtered. So now, instead of creating random content all over the place, your content should only exist if it passes through your filter. And your filter is fittered? Oh, well, that's horrifying. Your filter is, will this get me closer to my goal? If yes, I will create this content. If not, I won't create it. Done. It should be that simple. And here's the thing. Whenever you, oh, hello there, hi. Whenever you have a consistent goal, it's going to make your content so much better because, friend, everything is going to be more cohesive than if you had just tried to create a lot of things that are going to make the stuff work. Like, you think that having a lot of content and putting it out there is going to help you get discovered, but if none of it fits together and none of it is ultimately driving towards your greater goal, then it's completely useless. So by the way, look at this, is my setup whenever I do these what is this thing? Tablet. There it is. Okay. The thing is, once we have a goal and we start to filter everything that we do through this goal, of course it helps everything stay more concise, but it still doesn't necessarily make you a good marketer, okay? Because once again, going back to the definition of marketing, it's all about your ability to learn more about your audience so that you can build a better relationship with them. And this is why research is so important. I never see streamers researching their audiences. Why aren't y'all building Google Forms and trying to learn more about your people? Like, what is it that they want? What do they watch you for? What are they there for? Do you ask them questions? Are you constantly trying to learn more about them? Because a good marketer is always looking for opportunities to help them figure out exactly who they're serving and how they can serve them better. So here's my challenge for you. I want to challenge you to do something called market research, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to create a Google form. And the point of this Google form is that you are going to ask the audience that you already have 3 questions. The first question is, why do you watch my stream? The second question is, what do you do with your day? And the third question is, what do you want to achieve in your life? Because you want to become a better marketer, right? And you're going to do that by learning more about who your audience is. And so having a Google form like this and doing a very simple form of market research in this way is going to help you get closer to them so that you can create better stuff for them long term. And this is something that you can use consistently throughout your career to learn more about the people that you create for so that you can make better content and become a better marketer for them, okay? So that is your challenge. Do that today and let me know how it goes. I think you'll find some really cool stuff. In the meantime, go and watch this video. It's gonna help you figure out who your audience is. I'll see you over in that one. Bye!